Hi, Assalamualaikum. Now we are presenting our assignment, which is Management AAT1023. First of all, thank you to Dr. Muhammad Afifi bin Muhammad Alwi for this assignment. So this is my group member, me Nik Afika binti Muhammad Silmi, Adilah Syafia binti Ahmad Rashidi, Wan Nur Aina Jua binti Wan Hamzam Zaimi, and last one is Rosmai Liana binti Mat Lazim. Okay, what is management? Management is the administrations of an organization, whether it is a business, a non-profit organization, or a government body. It is the art and science of managing resources of the business. For our assignment, our main problem is corruption. What is corruption? Corruption is the abuse of a positions of trust in the executive, legislative, or judicial branches of government or political or other organizations to obtain material benefits that are not permitted for oneself or others. Simplest form of corruption is any action to improperly enhance the private gains of a person who possesses power granted to him by the public or a democratically elected institution. Sorry. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Najwa. There are many causes that can make someone involved in corruption. I will tell you about three of the corruption causes like politics, low wages, and corruption environment. Firstly, is politics. Politics is the best approach to ensuring that everyone is a given jurisdiction, regardless of their background, has an equal share of power and resource. Persons have abused political position and action to further their interests while neglecting the requirement for transparency and public accountability, without taking into consideration how their action will affect other residents. They have diverted public resources to further their goals. It is possible for dishonest politicians to win elections and hold crucial positions in the government. Corruption is also encouraged by the current system in the election. All parties invest millions of rupees. Low wages are also the cause of corruption. Low wages can cause servants to be involved in corruption, and some government agencies pay their employers considerably less. So this situation is what leads to administration corruption. In Malaysia, we have a government wages policy, but some companies are given wages lower than policy. Due to financial problems, the employer's only option is to get money from the corruption. Other than that, some workers are involved in corruption because of their necessity and greed. Lastly is the corruption environment. Individuals do not reject corrupt practice. The current generation is rife with them. Because there are no strong civil society to condemn and challenge corrupt leaders, this conduct persists for centuries. People are motivated to become corrupt because the environment they see is involved in corruption. Also, people in society were greatly impacted by corrupt culture whether they did it consciously or unconsciously.
The effects of corruption are wide-ranging. Some of these effects are fairly obvious, while others require explanation. They include really a positive experience. Dysfunction is the result of several corrupt actions added together, and vice discourages social cohesive and unity. Corruption is rarely a positive experience for individuals. You must pay a bribe to get medical care, obtain a building permit, pick up a package, or use phone service. A judge may rule against a party based on the opponent's payment of a bribe, connection to a power broker, or share racial or ethnic origin rather than the fact of the case. When a person refuses to pay a bribe requested by a police officer, they are beaten, detained, or subjected to a higher fine. Fraudsters steal retirement funds or tie them up in a money laundering scheme, while those who commit corrupt acts and trick typically experience personal gain, a sense of superiority, a greater convenience pending law enforcement. The victims of corruption experience personal loss, intimidation, and inconvenience. Next, dysfunction is the result of several corrupt actions added together. The quality of products and services declines, whether provided by the public or private sectors, and accessing them becomes more expensive, time-consuming, and unfair. Suppose bribes can be successfully offered to police, doctors, and government employees that who are best getting this cash advance at the expense of less dishonest co-workers and rivals who might perform more admirable. Businesses are less motivated to provide superior services and goods if they can undercut competitors by securing political favors. Instead of promoting innovation and efficiency, state-owned companies and sectors are designed to benefit government officials. This may result in organizations losing their intrinsic motivation. Managers and employees need more motivation. People begin to question the value of innovation and hard work. Lastly, this divide discourages social cohesion and unity because some people believe they are more critical than others. Citizens become dissatisfied and apathetic due to the unequal distribution of national resources and restricted access to public services, which weaken the social fabric. As a result, there is a rise in class divisions and social inequality, violating individuals' rights and dignity. The unchecked corruption weakens civil society and widens the gap between the rich and the poor.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name Adila Shafia and I'm presenting to you the solution of the corruption. Effective parenting is the first step in mitigating the corruption. Children must be instilled with a strong sense of nationalism by their parents in order for them to remain devoted to this lovely nation. Schools are also expected to do this by pushing the students to understand the moral principles. Second, law enforce more strictly, and those who break them should face harsh penalties. As a result of effective technological surveillance of government offices will be astounding. We also can raise awareness of this problem and encourage people to refrain from engaging in such impolite behavior. Next, consider online platform. It is important to consider online platform for employees' grievance and assist them resolving issue they may be having with the system. We also can look at our employees. They will develop a sense of belonging and perform a better as a result. The anti-corruption bureau has to implement fresh strategies to address the problems uh, such as some effective victim assistance hotlines. Next is empower the populace. Uh, a long term strategies that contributes to mutual trust between citizens and government. It is to increase citizens' demand for anti-corruption measure and provide them with the capacity to hold the government accountable. In instance, community monitoring programs have occasionally helped to uncover corruption, stop money from leaking out, and enhance the amount and caliber of public services. And lastly, Transparency International Slovenia created an interactive map for the public to fill with image and allegation of probable election irregularities in order to track local election. As a result, instances of the misuse of public funding to support particular candidates were discovered. That's all from me. Thank you.